heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a few things happened. We had Izuku, and we had Koya. Deku, he talked with Yokits, and the man, he talked to Deku about something he knows he's been avoiding. Deku, he was waiting until his injuries healed before he decided to return home. However, he never went home. Haran told Deku very simply, talk to his mother, talk to his father, and let them know how he feels about everything that's happened. Yes, Deku's life has been an odd one, especially from what he has heard. And Deku, he needs to come to an understanding, voice how he feels. But Deku, he didn't know how to do that. He hasn't seen his mother in a good minute, and his father, he remembers seeing him whenever he was a child. But after he started traveling the world, that's where they sort of fell off. Yes, the two talked and had conversations, and yes, they were always somewhat in touch, but there were times where they were spotty, and eventually fell out of communication. However, Deku, he's reunited with both his mother and father, and he has not only introduced Koya to them, but he's also talked to his father as a man. Now, this is very strange for both Hisashi and Deku. And Inko, she actually has noticed the way her son is. Now, while Deku and Koya are in Japan, you also do have Haran. He is also in Japan. And he is talking to somebody who may yet prove to be a very valuable asset. Or, dare I even say, a co-conspirator in what he has planned. Now, with that being said, we actually have Deku, who the day after they arrived, he does get to wake up in his room. Him actually someone going to turn and stretch. Before, he actually does go down to the ground and start doing push-ups, as he does get ready for his day. And Deku, he does get everything ready. He works out in the morning, then goes out for a run. And then whenever he does return, you actually do have where Inko and Hisashi, they're both already up. And Deku, he does walk into the room. As Inko, she does see her son. And Koya, she actually is doing her own workouts in the guest room that has been provided for her. And Inko is asking her son what's going on. Not much, Mom, not much. Just, did some training this morning. Oh, man. I feel a lot better now. Do you? Yeah. Anyways, is there coffee? I could really go for a cup. Now, Deku would go get some coffee. Him drinking it very quickly, as he does get to sit in the cup. It's still somewhere around halfway full. Before Deku, he does start walking down the hallway, bringing his hands up and going to undo his jacket. As Hisashi, he actually does catch a glimpse of Deku's back. It's very muscular. Well now, he's been through a lot of training, hasn't he? Yes, he has. It's, well, to be expected. The White Lotus gave him a very rigorous training routine, even whenever he was still a lot younger. Whenever he was an early teenager. I see. And the White Lotus, weren't they going to swing by today to try and talk to him? They were. I was going to mention that after breakfast, but maybe we should wait. Well, yes. Well, I'd say we should keep it a surprise, but you know how they are. They are very concerned about what might be happening with him. especially because they lost contact for a while. Yes, of course, I know Hisashi. But, I mean, it'll be his choice to talk to them now. Hmm? What do you mean? He was under a lot of stress as a teenager. I mean, it got to the point where he started going behind my back. And I talked to one of his teachers, the Earthbender. Right, I remember you talking about him. Yes, I spoke with him and he gave me some advice. I listened, and Deku, he's been a lot better since then. We didn't want him sneaking around. In the White Lotus, they wanted to put him on a tighter leash, but I said no. Okay, good. You don't think that was a bad decision, do you? I don't know. I question a lot of things that they did back then. I mean, I was wondering why he wouldn't come home or why he was always spotty with calls. But I do understand it a bit better now. Well, he's his own person, Inko. I understand that. And I do feel a bit bad. I mean, I've looked into it before, and benders, sometimes they can't perform if they're in the wrong environment. I see. Well, there's not much we can do then. He's finally found the element. So, if he wants to speak to them, then he'll speak to them. If he doesn't, the best thing that we can do is understand his decision, even though they have helped us out quite a bit. I understand that. Now, Hisashi and Inko, they do so try to change the subject. It does feel a little uncomfortable for both of them. And Deku, after he does go to hop out of the shower, he does get dressed. Koya going to get in the shower after Deku, and joining both of them, or the three. Now, Deku, he actually is sitting down, and he is going to bring his hands up. And Inko and Hisashi would watch. Deku's hair, it is still somewhat damp, and Deku, he does just have his hair start floating upwards into the air. Before, water is pulled freely, and Deku, he does take a large glob of it. It floating upwards into the air as Deku, he does go to directly just flip his wrist around, and the water does go flying over towards the sink, before landing inside. Quite the trick. Yeah, yeah, I find that it helps. Along with that, it doesn't get poofy after I do that. But won't your hair dry out, Izuku? Nah, it'll be fine. I use conditioner. I don't think that that's how that works. It should be okay. No. Koya would come out, and she actually would go to sit down. As Deku, he actually does go to hold up a glass of coffee, asking Koya if she got done with her own training. I did, yeah. It's fine though. So, what do you want to do? Hmm. I don't know. I was thinking about going down by the beach. Doing some waterbending, maybe? Well, that does sound nice. If you two want to have an evening to yourself, I would recommend you do that a bit of time later. It's a bit too early, and if you do want to do some sightseeing, then nothing will be open at this time. Plus, Izuku, the White Lotus, they wish to speak with you again. Now, Inko does watch Deku's face. Deku was sitting there with a smile on his face, looking at Koya. But he did get a turn so to have his eyes show a bit of how Deku does really feel, along with Deku's smile somewhat cracking. Oh, them. Yes. Are you okay, Izuku? I'm fine, Mom. I'm fine. It's just, I had a lot of time to think on vacation. Well, I see that. So, what have you been doing? For work, I mean. Oh, well, I mean, I don't like to really discuss it a lot, but I use my metal bending sometimes and my earth bending. I pretend to be an earthbender because the Avatar are traveling the world. I don't know. People, I feel like they try and come after me. I pretend to be an earthbender on my travel, Dad. You do. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'll switch it up, or sometimes I'll just be an air nomad. People, they're actually kind. Some, they actually are very kind. I make these little things sometimes, little statues or little carvings out of rock and metal. You'd be surprised at how well these would sell. I mean, what is it? I've even done some construction work. You have? Yeah, I mean, it pays quickly. Besides, concrete, rebar, I can bend all of it. Really? Oh yeah. What is it? Um, the heaviest thing I can lift, I want to say, is around larger than a bus? I'm not too sure. Larger than a bus? Yeah, I don't really test this out very often. I don't really know how to tell you how my maximum is. But really, that's about it. I see. So, Koya, did you happen to know that Izuku was the Avatar when you two met? Oh, um, I did, Mr. Midoriya. Please, I'm just Asashi here. You're a guest in our home. Koya Shigure won't smile, saying that she does understand. However, this is something new to her as well. I see. Koya, how exactly are things for you, though? I mean, your family situation. Do you have a mother and father? Has Izuku already met them? Oh, family matters are not easy for me to discuss. I mean, things are complicated. My dad, he is estranged from me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to pry into that matter. No, it is okay. I believe I should explain this because even Izuku doesn't really understand. You haven't even told him this, and you're gonna dump it on all of us. Yeah, my family is estranged. I mean, my sister, she passed some time ago, and I have a younger brother. You do? Yes. I stayed in contact with my mother, but things are different now. They are. And what of your father? I don't know. I believe he passed away some time ago. He just disappeared. I don't know. I think her death may have broken him. Oh, I'm so sorry to mention this. I didn't know it was a sensitive subject for you. No, I believe that it would be, um, yes, let us just, move past this, please. Yeah. Deku, he's a bit surprised. Koya has a brother? And, wow. Now, Deku, he does look at Koya. And Koya does notice that Deku, he does look very concerned. It's fine. Uh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Izuku, it was a long time ago. I don't want you to feel sorry for me, okay? That's why I never brought it up. Okay. So, what's changed in the area since I've been gone, Mom? Now, Inko would start to try and inform Deku and Koya about a few things. Maybe they can go see these things over here. Maybe they can go see these things over here. Maybe they can go have lunch over here, and maybe even have dinner at a restaurant that opened up not long after Deku left. And Deku, he does hear about it. And while they are all talking about this, sometime around an hour later, there is a knock on the door. and Deku does get to stand up and answer it. And whenever he does open it up, he does see a man standing there. And the outfit he is wearing, it is somewhat of an intriguing one. It's, well, a garb of a member of the White Lotus. And the man standing there, he does look directly at Izuku. Hello, young man. Would you happen to be the Avatar? I am, yes. My, it's strange to see you. You definitely do look different from what we have seen. I do. Yes, I am surprised. Okay, may I ask why you are here? I came here to see you, and if possible, evaluate you on your skills. My skills. Yes. I am, most recently, a member of the White Lotus. I am fairly young, but I have mastered the element of water. And I actually am curious because I came here to evaluate you. Me and a few other members are here in Japan currently. We like to know where you are with your new abilities, and if you may have learned anything. I've learned a few things, actually. You have. So you have been undergoing training. Under what master? Um, two different ones. Really now? And do you have their names? Um, I have one of their names. The other one I sort of got a few lessons from and pointers from. That's really about it. I've been self-taught most of the way. After that, hmm, I see. And the other master that you trained under? Uh, Not really a master. More like a partner I've had to train under. They're actually here. They are my companion, Koya. Koya? Correct. Yes. She is my girlfriend. I see. That is rather unusual. For me to train with my girlfriend? No, it's just how. Hmm. We'll have to note that down. Why? It is just information. We like to keep records, understand what is going on. Okay. And you're here to test me out? See how I am doing? See what I've got learned and what I don't have? I understand that the White Lotus, they're extremely concerned about what my well being is and what I do know. But over the last year, I've gained this ability to waterbend, and I'm concerned as to why I never was able to do it in the first place. I wish to learn this element on my own and go forward under different teachers than what the White Lotus may provide for me. This is a part of my journey, and I will stand my ground on this matter. I see, young man. Well, I'll have to note down your concerns. But if that is the case, then we'll have to take this to the White Lotus itself. Certain people who are above me. Well, I have been sent here to look into this matter and test you. I cannot make that decision. Your skills will have to. I see. Well, I do understand. But I do want it noted down. My concerns with going against the White Lotus. I wish to train and learn this ability on my own. They have done much for me, yes, but I believe that my inability to waterbend, it may have come from the fact that you were trained a lot, routinely much, and overworked as a young child, correct? Correct. I see. Many members thought that that may have been the case. They were concerned, and some who have had that concern, they were ignored. In the past, there were people who were strongly for what you were doing, learning, training, and studying a lot. That is not officially what is stated on the record, at least not what I will say. However, it is of my opinion that is what happened. I see. You are definitely different from people I have met before in the past. Well, not a lot of us are like the older guys. Besides, I'm a lot younger. I can see that. You certainly do look intriguing. Well, that is just the case. Spend your entire life as a prodigy, and you are bound to get recognition somewhere. Don't need to tell me twice about that. Besides, am I fighting you with more elements than just water? Because I do feel like that would be unfair. No. We will primarily be focusing on water. If you can take me out, then the White Lotus, they will hear your concerns. And possibly even say that you have mastered all 4 elements. Afterwards, there may be a ceremony. I see. And have you kept up with your other elemental training? I've kept up with firebending, but that is all. You haven't been practicing earthbending. I've been focusing on metal bending in my private time. It's for how I make money during my journey. I collect rare elements and bend them together. You do. Correct. Now, Deku would bring his hands up, grabbing his necklace and showing it. Him bending the metal into a metallic ball. Him having it float up as it does start to change shape and form. And the man does watch it. Deku he shapes it into a small little sculpture of a animal. And the man does watch. Wow. Oh yeah, check this out too. Now, Deku changes it a bit more. And the man does watch. Deku he turns it into a White Lotus symbol. And he then is going to shape it into a firebending symbol. Before the metal, it does go to pour together and crush. Before going to swirl around and turn into another symbol. And the man does watch. Deku he forms and shapes this metal so effortlessly. And then there's actually whenever Deku he does go to form it directly back into a ball, and then it does go to start elongating more and turning back into the necklace. Deku going to put it back on as he does bend the 2 pieces back together. And the necklace it does lock. Well, I do have to say that is impressive. Right? Now, are my concerns heard? They are heard. Have a good day, Avatar. I will meet you at the beach in roughly an hour. Other members of the White Lotus, they are preparing things down there. I see. I'll be there. Just please give me some time to prepare. Correct. I will await our match. Have a good day. Now, the man will go to leave, and Deku he does stand there. Less than a full day, and already the White Lotus is trying to bring him back. He feels annoyed, and he does feel a little bit angry. But that person, they clearly do understand the stress and the weight of it being a prodigy. Okay. Maybe this match will be good. But if he's fighting against somebody who's talented with water, better than him, will he win? Okay, this definitely will be intriguing. Maybe you should ask Haran for advice. Ask him about what to do. Brush up on something. Okay, well, certainly that's gonna have to wait. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.